Yo, what's up everybody? Today we're checking out a 2005 Subaru Forester 2.5X. This is going to be your base model Subaru Forester from 2005 and last year of this pre-facelift second generation. The second gen Forester debuted as a 2003 model at the 2002 Chicago Auto Show and was based on the new Impreza chassis at the time. This Forester boasted weight-saving improvements over its predecessor thanks to an aluminum hood, perforated rails, and a hydroformed front subframe.
Improved body rigidity, more compliant suspension, and larger brakes should make Forester even more desirable.
The most notable change was the increase in displacement to the 2.5-liter motors. You could either get a naturally aspirated single overhead cam or a turbocharged double overhead cam 2.5-liter boxer engine. In the USA, the naturally aspirated X and XS trims were available for the 2003 model year. 2004 was the first model year you could opt for a turbo Forester in America and was known as the XT trim. We were a bit late to the party, however, as there had been turbocharged variants available in other countries since the late 90s. This Subaru has been our personal vehicle, actually my wife's personal vehicle, for the past 3 years. Served us pretty well. But in my opinion, this is one of the better looking Foresters ever made. It's one of the OGs when it comes to the crossover SUV segment. Now, originally, this Subaru would come on 5-spoke 16-inch steel wheels, but I opted to replace those for some XV Crosstrek wheels around that 2013 body style, and I think it matches the car pretty well. And with the base model, you got disc brakes in the front and drum brakes in the rear, unfortunately. And regardless of whatever trim you get, you could opt for a 5-speed manual with these vehicles. This one is a 4-speed automatic. And again, I like the styling. The lines on it are pretty good, in my opinion, from the side profile. Also like these angular taillights, especially as a kid. But this is a trend I've seen come back. It was kind of more common around the 2000s, but there are some manufacturers today, such as Lincoln and Lexus, bringing back spelling out the manufacturer name on the rear trunk or tailgate. It's got this light blue gray interior. But yeah, the seats themselves, they have moderate bolstering, so it does keep you in your place for the most part, no problem. Coming to the driver's side, door panel, we have the mirror controls, lockout for the windows, and power windows, automatic driver's side window as well. And we got this vehicle at about 97,000 miles, and as of today showing about 128,000 miles. You have numerous blank switches as it is a base model, but at least we get fog lights, headlight control, and windshield wiper controls here for the rear as well. And something interesting about Subaru is even when the car is off, you could flip this switch, and what it does is just keep the parking lights on at all times. I actually cleaned this vehicle one time and left it on, didn't realize, and I'm like, oh my god, how do I turn it off? There's something wrong, but it was just a switch. No, I'm not the only one that's happened to.
Yeah, sure.
Also has cruise control here. I also placed the stock head unit with a Apple CarPlay, Android Auto JVC head unit. Definitely makes it feel more modern and easier, more enjoyable for everyday use. And I still actually have the stock head unit in a single DIN CD AM/FM radio with a storage compartment underneath. Moving on down, we have your AC controls, pretty basic but intuitive. Your ashtray. And we have another storage compartment up top. And not one but two sunglass holders or miscellaneous storage up top. Up top, you also have dual dome lights.
Top of the morning, top of the morning.
We do have a handbrake, which is nice, love that. And two cup holders. Dual storage center armrest. And another 12-volt socket down there, so that's pretty nifty. And this car comes with the original owner's manual as well. That's always nice to see. And front passenger gets an extra storage slot. And checking out the back seat. You do get some storage and your door cards here, power window switch, two rear cup holders, and that's about it. No storage in the seats. Do have grab handles up top.
Top of the morning, top of the morning.
Let's go ahead, pop the trunk. As you can see, very spacious. This is a very practical car. You'll be surprised what you could fit back here, even with the seats up. But you can always fold the seats down, and voila, all that space. It's like a mini truck back here, enclosed. You have a nice trunk liner here. Comes with a lot of Subarus, even like older models. And under here you have your spare tire. And then here is a lug wrench and also a Phillips screwdriver. So always nice to have. On the side, they thought this out pretty well with the jack tools laying out of your way. You could also like use this as storage as well, little storage cubbies. So practicality just keeps on giving. Here's your jack right there. And this is a original full-size spare. It's a steel wheel, but it's got Yokohama. And another 12-volt socket back here, and cargo net. It would be a good camping vehicle or something like that. If you're outdoorsy, it's a good vehicle to have for sure. And here we have the cargo cover. Just pulls out like so and slides into those slots to lock in, so nobody sees the junk in your trunk. And another practical feature, you got the original cargo net. So got these hooks that latch here and these loops. You just basically put your groceries in here, so it'll keep them from rolling around back here. Very usable, practical car, reliable, fun to drive too. Let's go ahead and start her up. Big old fog lights up front. This is actually going to be your parking light up here when you have that parking light switch on. These cars are becoming more rare. I still see them now and then, but definitely not as much as you used to. Here's your single exhaust. Go ahead and pop the hood here. Also have your gas lid release here. And here's that naturally aspirated 2.5 liter boxer motor. I think this is the last generation of Forester to use the aluminum intake manifold. I've seen the body style after this one from 2007 or 8 and up using plastic. So I prefer the metal material for the intake manifold on any car. It just feels more like it'll last longer. Did replace the AC compressor, battery, timing belt, water pump, crankshaft pulley, lower ball joints, sway bar links, among other maintenance items. It purrs like a kid. I mean, and vehicle's fun to drive, even though it's got 165 horsepower and 166 pound-feet of torque. It is a light vehicle, so it still feels kind of sprightly. It'll actually get up to speed faster than you would expect, and it's got that world-renowned Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive system. Very trustworthy with this car when it comes to wet conditions and ice and snow and whatever. Got your emission sticker right here. Fuji Heavy Industries Limited, Japan. Gives you tune-up specs as well. So pretty helpful information there. Alternator is very easy to access on these cars. AC compressor as well. That wasn't too hard of a job at all. It's a lot of space under here to work, which is nice to see. All right, let's get into test driving the vehicle. We lovingly nicknamed this car Subi Ruby, or I should give that credit to my wife, honestly. Subi Ruby, that's her. And here you also have worth mentioning low gear selection. You can do first through third gear. It does ride pretty good. That boxer motor gives it a lower center of gravity, so the handling is quite impressive when you combine that with the all-wheel drive system and how light it is and the suspension on this vehicle. And I do love this 3-spoke steering wheel. It's just a good design. It looks good, feels good. You got these thicker areas here where you keep your hands at 10 and 2. And we were happy with this car. I mean, for most of the time, or half the time we had it, you know, was before we had our baby. And it's pretty comfortable for just 2 people. A very usable car, especially around the city. Good on gas. I think it gets about 30 on the highway. EPA rating, so pretty impressive for a crossover, even by today's standards, in my opinion. And it does, I see a lot of these new crossovers, and it's just like, I feel like this is more practical. Like, it's lighter. The visibility in this car is amazing. You can see everything. I mean, they lay it out for you, for sure. You get your scope of the land pretty well and the road. And that's another thing. You could take this off-road. I've seen people, even stock ride height, but they will lift these up, go over landing, and have a blast. So hop curbs in this thing, no problem in the city too, if you need to. I will say, compared to I know the Honda CR-V from 2005 might be slightly bigger, so provide you with a little more space, in theory more legroom and what have you. It keeps up with modern traffic, no problem. It's not gonna blow anybody away. So there you have it, 2005 Subaru Forester. Very good car. Served us well. Time to let it go as of now. But if you're looking for something practical, good on gas, reliable, fun to drive, you might want to give this car a look. I would recommend 5-speed manual because it's going to offer more fun to drive aspect, right? If you do like find yourself in stop and go traffic though, automatic is probably the way to go. But the manuals are pretty fun and better on gas, you know. If you made it this far in the video, thank you. I appreciate y'all watching. If you liked the video, subscribe, like, leave a comment. And as always, take care. Thank you for checking out the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I plan on expanding the channel, want to get into gaming as well as some other activities potentially, as well as starting to post on different platforms as well. So please stay tuned. Take it easy. Have a good one. Peace.